Tired of watching your back on the streets, dodging the new landlords of your own country, those guests invited in by the sweet progressive tunes of modernity? Visiting Iceland might just feel like catching a glimpse of paradise on earth. No better setting than the night to chat about dangers, sins, excesses and mischief. In the conventional West, watching the news feels like sitting through a horror movie. Meanwhile, in Iceland, taking lives and the so-called friends of the five-finger discount are little more than symbolic. The perception of safety among locals is rock solid. Over 85% of people claim they feel safe walking alone at night, and we can vouch for it firsthand. Iceland is famous for its lack of troublemakers, its easy road trips, and its top-tier safety ratings for women, folks with a darker colour palette, and those groups of humans who define themselves with all sorts of strange acronyms. Despite its tiny population of just 387,000 people and plenty of sheep, Iceland boasts 5 prisons, only 2 of which are operational. The inmate population is remarkably low. According to 2022 data, there were only 126 prisoners in the entire country. These prisons are the open type, and no, that's not a metaphor. They have almost no perimeter security, and inmates and staff pretty much do everything together. In the communal dining hall, prisoners eat breakfast, lunch and dinner right alongside the staff. The inmates even cook the meals themselves and, accompanied by an officer, go on weekly grocery runs to a nearby town. Despite this focus on communal living, a prisoner's room is their own private space. With internet access, albeit with obvious restrictions, and a mobile phone, inmates even have their own keys to their rooms. However, they tend to leave the doors open most of the time. Like the rest of the rotten Western economies, the Icelandic government let its 3 major banks collapse and went after the reckless bankers, putting them on trial. those fateful days, people felt utterly betrayed. Outrage swept across the nation, and 3% of the entire population gathered outside Parliament to demand answers. Many top executives were sent straight to the slammer, and even the former Prime Minister was put on trial, becoming the first world leader to face criminal prosecution tied to the financial crisis. But even in Adam and Eve's paradise, temptation lurked. And this utopia has its own risks, mostly tied to its geography. Cliffs, treacherous trails, and hidden dangers are all around. Watch your step, because there are pits and thermal geysers everywhere that could literally cook you. Drinking strong spirits is quite the topic here. Winters are long and cold, and Vikings, both men and women, share beds and love, but also seas and oceans of hydrating liquids. Though you'll often spot impressive Vikings at local pubs, thoroughly hydrated and in high spirits, the nights usually pass in total peace and quiet. Around 1 in 10 Icelanders experiences feelings of unhappiness at some point in their life. In 2015, Iceland had the 4th highest rate of this in Europe. And if that wasn't enough, there are also risks of storms, floods, earthquakes, landslides, avalanches, and volcanic eruptions. Speaking of which, on April 14th, 2010, a volcano erupted, spewing ash several kilometers into the atmosphere, which led to the closure of airspace over much of northern Europe for many days. This disruption affected around 10 million passengers. I think the biggest danger you'll face from a domestic standpoint is the incredibly high cost of living. Let me make it easy for you. Everything in Iceland is pretty expensive, or maybe I'm just too poor. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and let us know. Do you think you'd feel safe visiting Iceland? We'll catch you in the content linked here, or in a few days with a brand new video. And if you do make it to Iceland, behave yourself. Don't be a fool. Remember, you're on an island in the middle of nowhere, and there's no escape. Bye.